Then Fife once again going where Angels fear to tread. Very good player as well. 20 possessions to him. There's not too much to talk about in terms of kicking efficiency, but whoever gets it to best advantage, to, as Ben Dixon says, to set up next, is going to be best served.
Underway for the last quarter and nothing's
There's
changed.
another one.
Just another brilliant knockdown by Sandilands, but the Suns have cut it off and go forward. Zungu to Barlow. Long ball. He just caught with the right fist there. Look at the speed and skill from Hill. Drifts it past and Walters will come quickly. Cameron will be under pressure because Ballantyne comes quickly as well. It's a long way to the goal line.
Did that well.
Okay, I've got it. We've gone into the record books.
Yes.
Since they've been taking records, the most hit-outs recorded by the statsman is 63 to the great Gary Dempsey in a game of AFL/VFL. Now, at three-quarter time, the big fella out there today was on 45, and he had 18 in round one of 2010 v Adelaide. So, Big Sandy,
18 hits to advantage.
18 hits to advantage. He's now on 18, and he's on 47. So he's...
I reckon you'll get the 18 record, but
he's 16 hit-outs shy. Well, they're all going to the boundary. They're getting plenty of boundary line throw-ins.
Walters. The Walters will get a free kick holding the ball. I don't know when they got one through in the back, but incorrect disposal, so a free kick with the Suns. So we're now officially on Sandy watch.
We are too.
On Sandy watch.
Pretty hard not to watch him.
No.
He fills up a fair bit of the viewfinder.
Zungu. I just liked his game with Zungu because a lot of players in the wet conditions have fumbled. He's been thrown.
He's 6'1" in the old, so he's another one of those midfields, half-back, flank. He can play anywhere. Win, here he is again.
Gets the kick forward. Barlow's got to trap it, try to keep it in, but it's a boundary throw in, so the big fella can come in. And he doesn't really concern himself too much. He just wanders to the front and flips it over the back. Prestia.
Now it's going to come back.
That's 7 out in the fall from Gold Coast. Zungu sends it back to a big pack of players from both teams. Sandilands was there. Good work by Pavlich to quickly get it over to Walters. Caught on the wrong side. Misses. 2 goals 4 for Sonny Walters. I was asked during the week who could challenge Pavlich for their leading goal kicker. Said Walters.
Yep.
He stays fit and plays every game. He can really damage teams on the scoreboard. Here's Riscatelli, who's bandaged up like Fife. Dawson with a good spoil. The boundary side. Hall gets free. He wants some runners. He gets a couple.
Did well.
Kolajasny. Prestia keeps going. Dixon finds him. Prestia. Long ball towards Lynch. This time it's Johnson with him. And it just spins backwards over the line.
Well, that's a deep entry that Benny Dixon wanted. It's also a stoppage that I wanted, so let's see how they go from here. Try and create a goal.
Tom, 1 metre, Tom.
Sandilands down in front. This time it was Hill. Barlow had to be quick. He was. Let us know he hits 50 now.
He's on 49.
Oh, thank you.
And if it keeps doing this, he's going to keep winning them. Keeps rolling out of bounds.
Nichols has the task. There you go.
50. Raise the bat.
I think he is. Danger ball here. O'Meara beats everyone. Keeps rolling. It's still going. That's true. It's funny watching Sandilands with a cricket bat. It looked like a table tennis bat in his hands.
Would too.
How about Zach? The story of Zach Dawson is amazing, isn't it, in the game of football? And the coach who's had enormous belief in him at both clubs. And people just thought Zach Dawson was one of the most maligned AFL footballers, I think, in his first 2 or 3 years of football. And now he's turned into a very, very good defender.
121 games.
And there was one specific game, Shorey, where he had 7 kicked on him by Anthony Rocker.
Yes, I remember that game.
And they were critical that they didn't make the change to take him off, but it was a learning curve, and Zach, I think, built on from that game, and as you know now, he's obviously a very quality defender.
Dicko, we've done some work in the under-18s. Go back a few years in the under-18s when they won the grand final on grand final day. Boundary man went up to interview him, and he dropped the magic straight away.
Did he?
First interview.
I tell you what, though, if you want to make league footy, you can thank your parents a lot genetically. There's not many 6'5" backmen with his type of reach. And his ability to impact and spoil is first class, and that's what Ross Lyon sees in him and trusts in him. He's got an enormous reach on him that can spoil a resting ruckman or a genuine key position forward.
Both sons down, 3 Dockers up. That's how easy that contest was. And Barlow to send it back. De Boer. Costly error there. Off the ground went Ballantyne. Off the ground into the path of Hill.
Oh, well done. That has to be quite an opportunity. I think so. I think he took 3 sets before he...
Did he get a handball away?
Pearce from 50. He likes that situation, and he kicks a goal.
Well, the only thing I can say about that is, was it knocked out in the tackle, Bill? Because I thought he took 2 or 3 steps thinking he didn't have the pressure behind him.
If it's knocked out in the tackle, it still should be.
Yeah.
Hold on, let's get a look from this angle.
1, 2, 3. Well, that's got to be private.
Yeah, that's gone.
That's gone.
That is gone. Cold.
But anyway, he butted up again and got the ball, as you should do when you get an escape from the umpy then.
Been good for them, Daniel Pearce.
Yep.
Margin out to 32 points after Pearce gets the goal.
Well, he's another great story, isn't he? Yeah, he looked like his career was coming to a quick end.
Well, it's not too many people want to put their hand up and say he's welcome at our club or we want him. They probably thought his days are completely over. But Fremantle saw that he was going to release another player in Stephen Hill as to, well, he might suffer the run with Tagger on an outside type-ish player.
Yep.
Clearing kick will find the boundary.
So when Hill gets the tags as the main run through the lines midfielder, Pearce can then step into the breach as the second backup. They were really well served for big midfielders who are in and amongst it and can use the ball in traffic. But that player who can run from line to line and further, that's what he's added to.
Go out on the full there. It's been a good learning curve for the Gold Coast midfielders. Like just there, O'Meara, he hasn't been able to break free from those Fremantle players in close all night. He's had no room. So he learns that that's the standard that he has to get to.
Yeah, he's taken on the pav and done him.
And the kick from off the side from May. Sandilands to Fife. Pearce. Just starting to look really dangerous here, the Dockers. They're just doing as they like, even though they're going backwards. Duffield. Farland. Barlow wants it long to the wing. Heads a bit closer because Sandilands is a bit taller. Kept in by Prestia. Slides the handball through. Nichols, a fumble. Now O'Meara some pressure, but he pops it up high. McFarlane reads it pretty well here. And he forces Lynch to be the defender in the attacking situation.
When Luke was at Hawthorn, he was a charming young man.
I actually live with him, damn it.
He was the nicest bloke in the world, wasn't he?
Lovely
He probably
fella.
still is, but he's learned to dish it out a bit on the footy field since those days, Ben.
Day dishes it out, gets rid of Spur, but off the ground goes Johnson. Pearce first to it.
Oh, speed.
And can he get away from Cameron? Standing in the way, though, was McKenzie. Still going to Sun. Sumner inboard to Stanley. His kick is a poor one.
So you lived with him, Dicko?
Certainly did, Dermot. When he first came to the club, very quiet Western Australian. I thought I'll ring him in and show him the ropes. And
He's a little bit Jack Johnson-ish, kind-souled, kind-hearted. Now he's got a few scalps along the way these days.
he has. He always had that natural speed, which was very appealing for our back line. But you're right, he used to play the guitar, very talented man. But also to live with, very careful with his money too, Dermot.
Riscatelli with a quick snap as Ben Dixon throws McFarlane under the bus.
Yeah, we've all come across a few of them in our time at footy clubs. Good afternoon, good evening, Russell Green.
Duffield with a long kick. May come right over the top of the spoil. Plenty of players at ground level. One of them is Sandilands, if you can believe that. He got on hands and knees and got it back. Stanley just knocks it forward. Johnson didn't panic. Well, Mundy's kick will only find May. And good smother from Sutcliffe, and now they're away.
Oh, look, May, I'm watching May through the middle. He runs a whole lot quicker when he's got the ball than when he's chasing an opponent.
There's still 3 here. Oh, Ballantyne. It was 3 on 1. He's kicked it to the 1. Lemons is that one.
Oh,
he wants the line. He scores the try.
It didn't go out.
Didn't go out. Didn't ground it. Cutting through Sutcliffe, and he can't kick the goal. And, well, what an anti-time.
Mike Williamson would say they're dog-tired out there. Oh, they are. I was watching Stephen May trying to chase Pav, and Pav showed him a clean set of heels because there was a sniff he was going to get it on the other way. And May's head started wandering from side to side. Oh, they're out on their feet.
Sean Lemons tried to dive over the line.
Billy Slater.
Oh.
Just maintaining some possession here, the Suns. Down by 33 points. 66 to 33.
Yeah, well, this won't get the job done, but hopefully it's just maybe stem the scoring for a while. But they need to go a bit quicker play than that.
He's the roommate of the year, McFarlane. And the kick goes back, and Muscatelli juggles it and made the mistake. Johnson, I'm not sure who he was handballing to. Mackenzie caught on his right boot.
Oh, that's tough.
And he gave it up because it screwed all the way back to 5. Now some run from Duffield. Long ball looking for Pav. Over the back. Again, they want the boundary line. Ballantyne waiting. They get the boundary line, and they'll have a boundary throw in. What's Sandy up to? We've got a Sandy watch.
Sandy watch. Okay, we'll check out before this one.
He's coming off.
51. He is to 51 hitouts, 19 to advantage. He's now on world record territory for hitouts to advantage.
Harbrow, so evasive. That kick, a tough one for Dixie to mark, but he gets there. Big Charlie takes it and has to wait. It's for Tom Lynch. Had a quiet night, just a second mark, and again he's going to have to wait as well.
Yeah, Machira was going to be the option, but he was already covered, and they had 3 players. Now they've got 4 players back. This will just go out of bounds here and fight another day.
And Benny, another one of your ex-teammates, we spoke of him a second ago, Zach Dawson, is one of those blokes that you can walk into change rooms and he accidentally knees you in the thigh, and he's just one of those troublemakers, isn't he?
Yeah, he's one of those unorthodox blokes. It's like if you were training with a corky, he would find it. He's just got that knack. But Steve Lawrence was like that too, Dermot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Stanley did well to get it back to Hall. He wants a player out wide. He's got one. Lynch, he was about to straighten up, but the Dockers closed him down. Still going, the Suns.
Good movement.
Yep, Kolajasny. Over out wide. It's Cameron who kicked it forward. Dixon's there, but numbers went out.
5 on 2.
Yep. Touched on the way out. Front and square. Sheridan. Sub to Barlow. And that's not his best.
I think Michael Barlow, as soon as he saw that rain, I think he's just rubbing his hands together saying, this takes it all off. Yeah. This is where I come into my own here.
They all come back to my pace.
He's a good player in the dry too, don't worry about that.
Oh, yeah. Super.
There he is again. Tough one for Lemons to mark, but he recovers pretty well. Mackenzie, tackle is a good one from Hill. Mackenzie again. Thompson, back in board, a dangerous handball to Sheridan.
Bill's hurt himself down behind play too, Matty.
Yeah, he's limping a little bit as Main gives it back to Sheridan, who's one in the other, and it's untidy handball. Barlow to mop up. Just chipped it because it was 2 on 1. The second man there was Mzungu. Tries to get it towards Pavlich. Spoil. They all have to get up and wait. Cameron, it's very close to just knocking it straight out.
That was a good spoil, wasn't it, by Rory Thompson? Pav tried to protect the drop, but he got a fist to it, so it's a legitimate attack on the ball, and he clambered all over him in the end, but that was after the fist on the footy. I think Zach's having a run in the rock, is he?
It's pretty close in here. Prestia couldn't get free. Fife just gave it to Subban. Subban around the corner. Too far.
Let's have a look at the next 5 games for the Gold Coast. Good showing here today, but they fell away with against the experience of Fremantle Dockers. Still 10 minutes to go, best part of, but they're 34 points adrift. So they've got Brisbane, Hawthorn, Melbourne, GWS and the Kangaroos.
Three out of the 5 winnable there, I would think.
Yeah, that's 3 at home.
4.
Yeah. They've been good at home.
Yeah,
6 out of their last 8.
No doubt.
And under some pressure here in their back 50. McKenzie to Thompson, who wants to get it out of there. And up goes Dawson. Doesn't come down with it, unfortunately. Duffield and Spur working hard for the Dockers. Lynch takes them on. Doesn't quite succeed. In Spur.
They are pretty good at ground level there, the tall Gold Coast forwards. Yeah, it's been a wet night tonight, but you can still see they've got the attitude to get down deep and, you know, in dry weather I think they'd even be a lot better, and there's no doubt about that. But they've got that ability.
Here goes Hill from the contest, explodes to the 50 and explodes it through the goals.
He's got better as it's gone on to just the breaking away from the packs, not just that one, but all those bigger bodies. The ball spills out a bit wider, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. What a set of heels there. Oh, clean as them. 23 disposals, 14 of them contested, 4 clearances. I don't think I've ever seen Gary Ablett give up on the chase from as close. He was the one chasing him then and gave up on it because he knew he wasn't going to impact. Wow, he was that quick away from it then. Ablett had him within a metre and in the end gave up because he knew he couldn't hunt him down. Gary Ablett's lightning. Stephen Hill moved away from him.
Freo chant up as they hit the 40-point margin. Crowley kept going. Jumped on top of him.
That's holding the ball too. He said it was held in there, but he pulled it under.
Over the top 5. Ballantyne. Couldn't get clear. He's holding the ball.
We talk about taking your opportunities. Since the 4th minute of the first quarter, Gold Coast have had 39 inside 50s and only kicked 2 goals. So it's just obviously a damning stat. Obviously from a defensive point of view, you've got Fremantle, but something to learn for Gold Coast.
I can't think of another team who, maybe Sydney, who are so comfortable to allow the ball to live in their own back line and just know that as long as it's down there, they're not going to get a shot away or a score.
Kept it going here, the Gold Coast. Really persistent there, and they finally got it to Riscatelli, but he hooked his kick. They didn't give up. Johnson read it the best. And now he's got Barlow, and Barlow's getting plenty of it in this last quarter. He's the major ball winner on the ground now.
You've got a feel for young Trent Nichols. Sandilands has had a 7-minute breather on the bench. Zach Dawson's jumped into him and kneed him for the last 7 minutes, and now Sandilands comes back out and he's down the line, and young Tom Nichols has to stand next to him.
20 games experience in this one game.
20 ice packs he'll have.
Just playing with him here, the Dockers. Barlow gets it from Johnson. He's up to 30 disposals.
He's had a ball out there.
He's got Fife and Mundy pressing him as well.
Better kicks.
No, Stanley, Matera trapped it for the first, but didn't quite take it. Duffield flipped it back to Spur. On the up, Mzungu. Waiting for it was McFarlane. And Kolajasny pushes it over the line. Then covers with the ground. Freo's next 5.
Big game next Friday.
What about that for 5 weeks of footy you just can't miss?
Yeah.
Touched off the boot as Swallow kicks it up high. Play on, it might just fall, it doesn't. Everything going Fremantle's way at the moment. Here's 5. It's just a battle now between those 3 premier midfielders who ends up with the most possessions. 29 and 30.
And a few Brownlow boats, I think. They might share it
They
out.
might get them all.
All right, Sandy's on 19 to advantage. 52 hit-outs in total. 53.
Pushing it back. Goal post break.
Free kick will come to Stanley.
Play on.
He wants to really switch it. He's just going to kick it straight to Barlow.
Play on. Play on.
He chips it over the top to Pearce. We want to get it moving quickly, and he does.
Play on.
Loves to roll off the line onto his left boot. He hooks it back.
Great
Beautiful pass. Well, that is a super kick to find Sheridan.
I'm not going to disagree with how it ended up, but I don't think it was meant to end up that way. But the dangerous kick is that if you think on the left, you think that would go to the left-hand side, looking into the forward 50. As soon as he wheeled, that went to the right. You know, it's hard to defend that. And if he meant it, it's a magnificent kick, no doubt about it. All right, well, let's give him the benefit of the doubt. If he looked up and saw that, that is a hard kick to defend, because you know a left footer will roll on the left and keep it on the left.
And that's where you go into his line of vision.
Yeah. Exactly.
Sheridan to finish off, and he does. And the margin blows out just a little bit more, now out to 46.
Difficult night to score. 11 goals, 13, 79 is a big score in this type of these types of conditions. So have a look at them in 2013. Their average score was 93 points per game. Their 2014, they average it out now 116. Handball receives, less handball. So they're kicking the ball more, play on after a mark. They're going on in play on mode much more often. Freo definitely trying to move the ball quicker in the two games we've seen this year and give their forwards a greater chance of getting on the end of it and scoring.
That's a bad tap out from Sandilands then.
Was. Did you get a -1 for that?
I reckon he's tired. He couldn't get the distance with the tap out.
Here's a chance for Hall.
Not 15. Play
Not 15. That's almost straight up in the air.
Oh,
That's off Matera's boot. And that's sort of summing up this last quarter.
Yeah, bit of a story there.
all right. If they seize up everything, he'll have to kick it down the line, Matty, and it'll,
Go out
for
of bounds.
safety, it'll spill over the boundary, and Sandy will reload again. There goes. Free kick.
No, it's a free kick to Walters.
They've had 3 goal kickers and only 1 small forward when the Matera kicked a goal after getting a 50-metre penalty after a free kick.
He's going back now.
The Walters, it's an amazing setup. I think the Walters and Ballantyne has 2 small forwards, not just their goal kicking, but their defensive work too.
Well done by Sumner. Just trap it with the boot there. He might get it back. He might be the only option that Lynch has got. He goes one way, then the other, and then hooks it back to no one in particular. And Johnson takes the easiest of marks.
Yeah, Brandon Matera really had no right to think he was going to swing onto that boot and kick a 65-metre pass lace out in these conditions.
Mundy to Barlow. Back to Mundy. The tradition continues for the Dockers. Up high, walked under a Pavlich, over the back, chance for Fife. Wouldn't come up for him. He was well tackled by May.
Gee, he had it for a while.
He didn't do him in the 360. He did a 720 holding it in the tackle.
It wasn't May, it was Cameron. Good tackle.
He's been okay.
He pushes it out wide, hoping for Lynch. He's got the height advantage.
Play Cameron. Okay.
Quick give from Day to Lynch to Thompson. All 6'5" combining.
Oh, face plant into Charlie Dixon. Well, there you go. That was that.
He's not sure where to go because he doesn't have a lot of options.
We'll come to you in a second, Benny Dixon.
Stanley. Beaten to it by Spur. He reached the boundary. Dawson. And make sure it went over.
Zach Dawson then, he ran with the flight of the ball and he actually face planted into Charlie Dixon, not this one.
That's the DDT, that one.
Oh, beautiful. Yeah, Zach accidentally headbutted him. He's just one of those blokes who just accidentally hurts people.
He doesn't say sorry either, does he?
No, which makes you wonder.
Lynch. Somehow it
Good
falls
effort
for him, and they may have got a goal just when you didn't think they'd kick any more. Lynch does.
Well, Big Tom Lynch slots that one through. The Gold Coast have been a while between drinks for them. Now, this is last year's goal kickers. Ablett, on ball, a small forward. Hall, small, agile forward. Campbell Brown, small forward. Charlie Dixon, big. Harley Bennell, midfielder, small forward. So, apart from Charlie Dixon, they get all their goals from the small-ish type players who float through the midfield forward.
Just the ruck in, thanks guys, just the ruck.
So
that's not good enough. That's not good enough. You have to get those other 2 to 3 tools up in the forward line involved in.
They've got to be one a game, don't they?
Oh, no doubt.
I mean, any more than one a game, you're loving it. But you play a game as a key forward, one game, one goal is your starter.
Pavlich couldn't quite find the boundary there. He was desperately trying to.
He wasn't out and he stopped. That's how tired they are.
2.5 minutes remaining.
If this is cricket, the captains would have shaken hands now and said, let's go in early.
Sandilands pushing it out, but Lemons was in the way. Pearce.
Step.
Managed to get his kick away. Somehow, they're going to have a shot at goal.
I guarantee you there's one group of blokes who don't want to go in early. It's the forwards. They're thinking, cash in time. Cash in. Yep.
2 goals for the Walters.
We often speak of the time in games called junk time. It's one of the most eagerly contested times that a forward will run his hardest when you've got the other team on the rack. The midfield saying, yeah, we'll keep going. The forwards will bust everything just to get another one against their name.
2-5 for Walters. A little bit
proppy there, isn't he?
askew. Yeah, he's been sore. He had that ankle issue in the second quarter. May. Big long ball. Plenty of players at the drop. Some the first to it for the Suns. Oops. That's incorrect disposal, so that's a free kick. He got past one, didn't know that Valentine was coming.
Oh, don't tell me.
Valentine.
So you've got to watch it.
It's not the little one. He's probably trying to milk a 50-metre free.
Yep, time back on. Spot on.
The only man on the ground with 100% effectiveness by foot. Came on late in the game, I might add. 8th possession for him.
Tommy Sheridan.
Stay that way.
Keep it up. Just to the right.
Haven't done any bombs down the centre of the ground when the game was sort of slipping away, have they, Gold Coast? When they've had opportunities through points. But they've kicked 15 points for him now. But
Here's Duffield to clean up the error and kick the goal. He's a very good kick, Duffield.
don't talk about kickings, that was a shocker.
Yeah, skinny with it, didn't he? Yeah.
With the wet weather, and you get behind the scoreboard, I'm thinking maybe just manufacture a couple of, smash it down the middle, try and knock on, let it slide through and run on with numbers, but this one was just a missed target. And
it helps if Rory Thompson's actually watching the ball come towards him instead of running away. If that had a bit more elevation on it, it would have hit him in the back of the head.
Late goal for Duffield, had a good night. 23 disposals, Freo, just under 30, well, just over 35,500 people here tonight. Will remain undefeated, 2 from 2, with a healthy percentage early on after their big win last week. And that's off the side of the boot for Danny Stanley. Subin, desperate to keep it moving forward. Time for one more hit out from Sandy.
All right, Sandy's on 55 hit outs and 20 of them to advantage. So he's got our world record for hit outs to advantage. He's, what is he, still 8 behind the great Gary Dempsey for total hit outs. Right, 7.
56. Maybe they'll knock it out here and he'll get one more. Maybe.
Maybe. Right at the moment, he's equal 9th on the all-time.
Hit that meter, Tom. Ryan!
Here he is.
Let him slip.
No,
He's got it down.
Over the top. Nichols trying to go with second effort though. Ablett hasn't been a factor tonight.
And I think Crowley's won that battle.
I think he's had about 23 disposals, but it's just a question of 24 now. That was his 24. Just hasn't damaged.
Oh, they haven't had control either. With Sandilands dominance, it's pretty hard. Matty, you're not getting it like that straight to Monday.
Straight to Monday.
It's too easy.
Been doing that all night.
Yep.
Main.
5 seconds.
Well, he's going to put it out in front of the skipper and say, go on, catch that. And it doesn't matter. After a very tight first half, well, it was 2 goals the difference at quarter time. It was 2 goals the difference at half time. The Dockers asserted their authority, got on top in the contest, got on top of the scoreboard. And in the end, after a dominant performance by the biggest man in the game, the margin's a healthy one, 8 goals. They still are right up there with Hawthorn as the 2 teams to beat in the competition.
Very dominant when they put the foot down, when the other team showed the slightest degree of a flinch in terms of their physical size, their strength, their power across the ground. It's 4 years old in a competition, apart from Gary Ablett and a sprinkling of seasoned players. They're a 4-year-old team, so you've literally got an under-23 side playing against a very, very well seasoned team of big men. Let's go down to big men. Yeah, Benny Dixon, you're with the biggest of all of them.
I am, Dermot. And now, Aaron, you had 58 hit-outs tonight. In the conditions, dominated.
Yeah, look, it was a tough night. Wet night, so we knew we had to get in and under to win the contest and win the game. And I thought we did that.
Dermot was counting you down. You were 5 short of the all-time. Gary Dempsey, 63 hit-outs, but positive for tonight, he had 20 to advantage, so it was obviously a good night in and around the ball.
Yeah, look, the chemistry is really building amongst the group. We've got a lot of guys that can go through the midfield now, and it's starting to gel really well.
Body's feeling good? You look like you're really enjoying your footy.
Yeah, loving my footy at the moment. It's just good to be fit and running around with all the boys. Good bunch of guys, and really loving being out there.
When you're running out, you think, oh, it's going to rain here. This is not my day, or night, but these conditions, you actually like them.
Yeah, this is where you need Eddie out over here. We'll be right.
Good on you.
You get a look at it for the people at home. I know we talk about his size. Benny Dixon's around your 6'1", 6'2" type bloke.
I was just hoping he'd just hit Benny on the top of the head for another hit out.
Benny Hillard. he's until you stand next to Aaron Sandilands, you say,
scary.
oh yeah, he's 7 foot. Yeah, right, okay.
But
you don't know what 7 foot is in a person until you stand next to one.
on a serious note, the ability for him to knock to advantage to Mundy, to Fife and Barlow is just pretty to watch. But let's go down to Ben again.
Well, Matty, I've got some on my size now.